Everyone. In the previous session, we discussed about how data can be transferred between registers. We discussed about the control signals we do use to say about the status of the data present in the register. We took an example where we tried to add the two information which are present in two different registers and storing the result back in another register. That is, we took it as an R1 plus R2. Stored the data has to be added and store back the result in R3, and we wrote the sequence of step by activating the signals for this. Today in this session, let's discuss about how we can fetch the data from the memory or how we can store the data inside the memory. So whenever we want to fetch the information, the processor has to give the address from where address of the memory location where the data is present, right? So now the processor initiates a read operation so that the data can be read which is present in that particular memory location. So now the processor will transfer this required address to the MAR, nothing but memory address register. It will transfer the required address to the MAR whose output is connected to the address lines of the memory bus. So at the same time, the processor will use the control lines of the memory bus to indicate that a read operation is required. So when this requested data, the requested data received from the memory, they will be stored in another register, that is MDR, nothing but memory data register, from where they can be transferred to other registers in the processor. So now you can see this diagram. So this is the memory data register. It is using 4 control lines, right? So the 2 control lines it need to control the connection to the internal bus, and similarly it needs 2 another signals which is used to control the connection to the external bus. So this you can see here. We are using 2 signals MDR in and MDR out, which are used to control the connection with respect to the internal bus. Similarly, we are using another 2 control signals MDR out E and MDR in E. MDR in E, which says that these are the signals which are used to control the connection with respect to the external bus. When this processor is initiating a read operation, it will wait until it receives an indication that the requested read operation has been completed. For this, it needs one more control signal, so that we call it as MFC, nothing but memory function completed. So now, MDR you will use 4 control lines, that is MDR in and MDR out, so that it can control the connection with respect to the internal bus. Similarly, it is using 2 control signals like MDR in E and MDR out E. So E says that it is the control signal which are used to control the connection with respect to the external bus. So E is for a external bus. Similarly, the processor, when it activates an read operation, so it will wait until it receives an indication that the requested read operation has been completed. For that, it needs another control signal, that is MFC, nothing but memory function completed. So now the addressed device, so say that will set this signal to 1. MFC will be set to 1 to indicate that the content of the specified location have been read and are available on the data lines of the memory bus. So we'll take an example and we will discuss. So now you can see here we have taken an example, that is moving the content present pointed by the location R1 to R2. Moving the content which are present in the location pointed by R1 to R2. So now we will go with the steps what and all we need. So what we are saying, first we have the R1. So this R1 is in memory location, it has been put. So first we need address, right? So we need the address. So that address has to be stored with respect to MAR, nothing but memory address register. Then we have to read the data and you have to send the data to the R2. So the first step what we are doing is the address. What we are doing is here we are moving the content which is present in the memory location pointed by R1 to R2, right? So now you can see this R1 is in memory location, that's why you are using the register MAR, that is you want the address, that is why you are using MAR. So the first step says that the content or R1, it will be loaded into MAR, nothing but your address. Then you will start a read operation on the memory bus and you will wait for this function to get completed. Once this function is completed, then you will read the data which is present in that location and you will load that into MDR, nothing but memory data register, and at last from MDR to register R2. So now the same step of actions what we have written in the previous, that is in the 5 steps what we have shown, that we will rewrite by using the signals, right? So the different signals what we have will just activate, and we will write this 3 steps. Like the first step, the what we have shown in the previous, like first we need from R1 you will be loading into the address, then you will start up a read operation. That is what we have written in the first step, that is you will be activating the signals R1 out, MAR in, and read. That is from R1 you are sending your address to the memory address register and you are initiating a read operation. Next you will activate your memory data register with respect to the external bus, and you will be waiting for this memory function to get completed. Once you have read, and the data whatever it is present in MDR, it will be activated so that you can send the data from register to bus, that is to the memory, and that will be stored in your R2 in. So that is what we have written. The first step is to activate your R1 out, nothing but you will be sending the address to the memory address register, you will be activating a read signal, then you will be activating your data register input and waiting for the function to get completed, and at last from MDR you will be sending the data to register R2. So if you want to go with, this is the timing diagram you can see over here. So here this is purely for our read operation, we have already said. So here the processor will take 1 clock cycle for one data transfer. Now since we are going with the read operation, so you can see here in the, as we have shown in the previous example, in the first step we need the address to be read, right? So that is why you have activated MAR in and read signal. So you will be checking, you will be going to that address so that you can fetch the data which is present in that memory location. So after 1 clock cycle, you can see here your memory read signal has been activated and your data has been stored in your MDR. So after this data has been read, you can see here you have the memory function completed signal gets activated, from where you can send the data which is present in MDR in to MDR out. So this is how you can activate your read operation. Similarly, you can go with storage, but writing the information into the memory location. So the example what we have taken is, we are moving the content which is present in R2 to the location which is pointed by R1. So instead of reading, you are writing now. So that is why the same kind of signals you can activate. That is, first you need the address of R1, and for to store that you need a memory address register. That is what we have shown here. In the second, you will be moving out the data which is present in R2 to MDR, that is memory data register, and you are activating a write operation. And at last, once it is read, when it is done, you will be waiting for the function to get completed, right? So you will be sending out the data and wait for the memory function to get completed. This is how you can achieve read and write operation, and you can use the signals to get activated. So whenever with respect to the particular operation, whether it is inputting or whether it is outputting.